For me, the question of the ordination of women raises an even more fundamental question about the ordination of anybody, to be honest. And I think there are two things that are important for me. One is that ordination is a gift that is given to the church, and it's a gift of the Spirit of the church, and we all know that the Spirit blows wherever the Spirit wants to blow, and that the Spirit doesn't blow according to gender or sexual discriminations. So that's the first thing, that ordination is a gift that's a gift of the Spirit of God to the church, and that is certainly not based on any sort of gender or sex. The other thing closely related to that is that the church is on about word and sacraments, and nowhere in the Lutheran understanding of word and sacraments is it ever dependent on the celebrant. Now, I'm not only talking about sex or gender in this matter, but in any sense, Lutherans never understand the sacraments to be dependent or valid, which is probably the issue when it comes to the ordination of women, that the validity of the sacrament does not depend on the person who consecrates or who is responsible, if you like, for the sacraments. So for me, those two reasons are fundamental, and I personally can't see how any Lutheran can have any objection to that position. In other words, ordination is simply not something that's dependent on the sex or gender of the person who wishes to be ordained. The other thing that bothers me within the Lutheran Church of Australia on this issue is the matter of authority. And for the last few years now, I've been thinking that the issue has shifted a little bit in my thinking from the ordination of women, which to me is not an issue, to the issue of authority in the church. And I think somewhere down the track in the immediate future, we as a church need to have a closer look at how authority is understood within the church, especially within the leadership of the church. So they're my concerns. My point of view is very clear that there is nothing, as our own bodies have suggested, not just suggested but have stated, that there are no theological or biblical reasons why women should not be ordained, and I certainly subscribe to that. And as I said, I think it's time that we took the next step now and looked at the way authority is used within the church.